Mexico City then. You're back on 1700 with Catherine and Matilda and our very special guest, Neighbourhood Youth. Guys, thanks for sticking around.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Now, we're dying to hear all about this new single of yours. It's called Hugo. What can you tell us?
So we're pretty excited about this one. We've been in the studio for quite a while, plugging away at it, and we're really happy and proud of the end result. The lyrics were written by our bassist, Sam, and they're about, it's like from the point of view of an old man reminiscing about his time in World War II.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and sort of the emotion and memory that he's dealt with since. And yeah, we're real stoked about it.
Yeah, absolutely. It was one of those sort of songs for us where we sort of had to like gruel over it and really tweak it and work it and played it a lot live before we ever had an end result.
Yeah.
And that normally doesn't happen like that for us, and songs just kind of pop up a little bit easier than that. And so to finally, you know, have it written and then have it recorded and everything and tweaked as much as we can, and now we're stoked with it.
So we're saying that you've been tweaking it for a little while. How, like, when do you know, like, we've tweaked enough, this is it, we've got a good spot here, like we should leave it? Yeah,
I don't know. It's we sort of book it. We book to record, and then that gives us a deadline.
Yeah.
And so we just make sure that it's ready. And I suppose there's not really ever a time where you can say, okay, this is finally it.
Yeah.
It's sort of more of a spontaneous thing in the studio, or I don't know. There's never really that moment, because you can certainly overdo it if you to do that.
Definitely.
And sometimes we overwrite songs and we think them way too much, and we put this chorus in here, and then that doesn't sound like that, and then we forget how it sounds because we just heard it so much. But we were pretty certain with this when we finally had a end result, and then we were like, this is good enough to go, so let's just go from here, and that's how it happened.
Yeah, well, it sounds amazing. And I just wanted to know too, with the writing process, because it is such a, it's a particular theme sort of thing, did you have to do a lot of research when it came to actually writing the lyrics?
In this case, no, it was our bassist is connected to the person involved. It's based on true stories.
Yeah, wow.
And yeah, he's written really emotive lyrics and really in depth. They paint quite a picture, so it sort of all came from him, and we were all really happy with it straight away.
Yeah. And I'm sure it's going to resonate with a lot of people as well. Now, guys, our time with you is wrapping up very quickly, so was there anything you wanted to plug? Where can we find you on social media?
All the usual platforms. Neighbourhood Youth. Neighbourhood Youth is a band name. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all the rest of them. And June 2nd at Yaya's.
Beautiful. You heard it here first, guys. Thank you so much for joining us, Neighbourhood Youth, and we will go to another clip now. You're watching 1700.